Hi everybody, Mrs. Kemp here. In this video I'm going to show you how to use number lines to help with addition. Number lines are great because they help us to visualise addition by jumping along in sections. We start at the very beginning with adding up to 20 and we go right up to using decimals and fractions on a number line. Feel free to stop at whichever level is right for you. I hope you enjoy it and find it useful. Number lines and 100 squares are really easy to make yourself, or you can search and find them through any browser. We'll start simply with adding single digits within 20. Our first calculation is 2 add 4. When you're using a number line, remember that we count along in jumps. 1, 2, 3 and 4 jumps. We've gone from 2, added on 4 and our answer is 6. Sometimes it's easier to start with the bigger number first. In this case, you might start with the 4 first and jump on 2. 4, 5, 6. The 2 jumps take us to 6 again. 2 add 4 is 6. Next, let's do 9 add 3. Find the 9, jump on 3, and your answer is 12. And 14 add 6. Start at the 14, jump on 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 14 add 6 is 20. Next we're going to practice using a number line with only some of the numbers written on it. This is a second line down that we're going to use. We're going to do 7 add 5. First we work out where the 7 would be on the number line. Then we do our jumps like normal and we work out where we've ended up. 7 add 5 is 12. Let's try 3 add 11. We'll find the place where 11 is because it's the biggest number. We'll jump on 3 and we'll work out it's the number before 15, so it must be 14. Brilliant work! Now we're going to practice adding numbers in their teens up to 100. Remember, when you're working with larger numbers, you might want to start your number line further up. We've started at 30 because our first question is 34 add 5. Find the 34 on the grid, jump on our 5 and get to 39. Next, let's look at 30 add 12. We're going to split our 12 into a 10 and a 2. Find the 30 and jump on 10 first of all, up to 40. We've still got 2 to add, and that takes us to 42. Next, let's look at 14 add 33. Split the 14 into a 10 and a 4. 33 is the bigger number and that's where we'll start. We'll add our 10 first and then our 4 individual jumps take us up to 47. As you get more confident, you can make whatever jumps are easy for you. So for 80 add 15, we can split a 10 and a 5. Find the 80, jump our 10, but jumping on 5 is easy. So instead of jumping one at a time, we'll just jump our 5 and get to 95. Congratulations, you've reached the hot level. This level is going to look at adding 2-digit numbers using 100 square. Using 100 square, we can add 10s by jumping down the columns or 1s by jumping along the rows. So 42 add 23. We'll split the 23 into a 20 and a 3. Find the 42 to start. We're going to jump along the 1s first. 43, 44, 45. We've jumped our 3 1s and ended at 45. Now we're going to use the columns to add our 10s. We're going to move down the column, adding on our 10s, 45 to 55 to 65. If you prefer, you can add your 10s first. Start on 42 and we'll jump down 2 10s to 62. Then we'll add our 3 ones and get along to 65. 42 add 23 is 65. What happens if you need to cross over a 10 when you're adding your ones? This calculation says 44 add 38. So we're going to add the 30 and the 8. Let's go down first, adding our 3 10s, 44 to 74, and then we'll add our 8 ones. When you get to the end of the row, you just continue your jump onto the row underneath. Gets to 82. Let's try it adding the ones first. We'll jump along in ones from 44, counting 8 ones. When we get to the end, we just go onto the row underneath. 52, and then we'll add our 3 10s, takes us to 82. 44 add 38 is 82. Fantastic, we're on to Superhot. In this level, we look at empty number lines. Empty number lines can be used for any calculation that you want, as you choose the starting number and the size of your jumps yourself. Let's get started with 65 add 23. We'll partition or split our 23 into a 20 and a 3, and we'll put our 65 on the number line to start. We'll jump our 10, 20 on first, that goes 75, 85, and then we'll jump our 3s, 86, 87, 88. Next, we'll do 140 add 75. Partition the 75 into a 70 and a 5. Start with your 140 on your number line, and this time I would count along in tens as I went. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And then go back and work out where you've got to. 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. I've ended up at 210. Then add on your 5 and it will take you to 215. You can use number lines with any size of number. Let's have a look at 1342 add 124. Partition it just the same way, 100, 20 and 4. Start on your number line with 1342, add your 100, then add your 20 to get to 1462, and finally add your 4, 1466. Amazing work, you've reached the final level. In this level, we'll look at different strategies you can use using your number lines and how you can use a number line to help you with addition of decimals and fractions. In some calculations, it might be easier to round one of your numbers and then jump back rather than add it on exactly. For example, if you're adding 95, it may be quicker to add 100 and then take off 5. So for 253, add 95, you could add 100 to get to 353 and then take off your 5 to get back to 348. Overall, you will have added 95. Number lines work just as effectively for decimals. 6.7 add 1.2. Just like for other numbers, you partition the number that you're adding into 1 and 0.2. Start with 6.7, add your 1 to get to 7.7, and then add your 0.2, and you'll get to 7.9. Finally, we can use them for fractions as well. Just the same way, you split your number that you're adding into wholes and parts. Start off 2.5, add your 1 to get to 3.5, and then add the remaining half, and then you'll get to 4. Fantastic work, everybody. I hope you found the video useful and now feel confident to go and explore using number lines yourself for some addition. You could try using it with measurement or doing some outdoor learning creating number lines on your pavement. Bye for now.